Welcome back. Many continue to express concerns with the Bahamas' accession to the World Trade Organization, but Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Finance Peter Turnquest says the negotiating team has been very vigilant about ensuring the protection of the local Bahamian manufacturer.
In the retail sector, first off, you're not going to find that the large box retailers that people are talking about are going to come to the Bahamas, for instance, because the population is just not big enough to justify that. So I think the fears about that is probably a little bit exaggerated. We do recognize that there will be some service providers who may want to come into the market. But at the end of the day, the Bahamas still has the right to determine who it wants to allow into its local domestic economy. And the government of the Bahamas will always be mindful of what effects any new entrant, foreign entrant in particular, will have on the local business person, and ensure that we protect those interests as best we can.
Now, next month, a group of Bahamians plan to hit the streets in protest against the Bahamas' accession to the WTO. The group, Bahamians Against WTO, is a diverse group focused on halting the government's objectives of submitting the country to what they say will be a surrendering of birthrights and Bahamian sovereignty. The march is slated for January 10th, the majority rule holiday. Meantime, the DPM, speaking to reporters at the 2018 Boxing Day Junkanoo Parade, says the government believes it has done all that needed to be done to satisfy the demands of the European Union and the OECD to avoid being blacklisted again.
We believe that we've done everything that we had to do to satisfy them. There's still some matters with respect to now giving effect to the laws that we have already passed, and we'll be working on that through the end of the year so that come January 1, we will meet all of their requirements that they put forward to us. So at this point, we believe that we have done everything that we need to do. We're sitting in a pretty good position, and we'll see what happens at the end of the year.
Now, the government had set a December 31st deadline to have a compendium of bills passed, as the EU will be putting pen to paper later this month to compile another blacklist to be published in January. The legislative package is crucial to the Bahamas avoiding being blacklisted. The Bahamas is doing its best to avoid being named. Meantime, the unofficial results for the 2018 Boxing Day Junkanoo Parade are in, and one family is this year's champions with a total score of 87.55. One family blew judges and spectators away with its theme, Nursery Rhymes, the ones we'll always remember. The group won Best Overall Costume, Best Off-the-Shoulder Costume, Best Choreography, Best Overall Performance, and the Best Shirley Street Performance. The Valley Boys, celebrating 60 years, took a second place with a score of 85.61 under the theme Glitz and Glamour. The group also received a Best Banner. Rounding up the top three in this year's Boxing Day Parade was Roots with a score of 85.46. Roots also took home Best Lead Costume and Best Music. The Genesis Warhawks took the fourth position this year with the overall score of 83.7. The Shell Saxon Superstars coming in at fifth place, taking home a Best Step Down. The Music Makers and the Prodigal Sons were disqualified from this year's parade. The results also indicate the winner of the B category was Colors Junkanoo Group with an overall score of 78.91. Colors' theme was Mind Your Own Business. The group also won Best Overall Costume. Second place in the B category is the Original Congos with a score of 76.39. The Original Congos came down big with the theme A Tribute to Ronnie Butler, a celebration of Bahamian music. Coming in third is The Body of Christ with the theme Religion of the World, scoring 68 points. Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture Lanisha Rowe told reporters that she was pleased with the turnout of this year's Boxing Day Parade, considering this was her first one as the minister responsible. JCNP officials say the official results will be released within 48 hours. You're watching JCN News. More to come after this.
This segment of the news was brought to you by Alive.